Hang on, they shouldn't be getting a patent for that. My name is Jeremy, and I'm a communication manager at the EPO, and this is Head Start. One of the strengths of the modern patent system is its transparency. Anyone, including you, can play a part in ensuring patent quality. There are 3 key times when a pending application or a granted patent can be challenged. Once a new patent application has been published, typically about 18 months after the first filing, the invention becomes public and everybody knows there's a patent pending. If you think someone else's invention is already known, you can submit written evidence to the EPO.
Dear EPO, with regard to their application number 123 blah blah blah, we would like to point out that their alleged invention is already known because we saw it at a trade fair 3 years ago. We heard it discussed at an academic conference. We're already doing it ourselves, and here's our evidence.
If you believe that the alleged invention is something that you have made yourself, or already used or published, before the filing date of the application in question, then this is evidence our examiners will want to know about. So send it in. It's completely free. You won't be involved in any further proceedings, so once you have submitted your evidence, anonymously if you prefer, the examiners take it forward from there. If they consider it relevant, they would use it during examination, along with any other citations found during the search, to refine or reduce the scope of the final protection in the granted patent. Once a patent is granted, it's published again. This is a so-called B publication, and we can all see the final version of the patent. You might think, hang on, that patent shouldn't include this piece of technology in its scope. It wasn't new. Perhaps the granted patent covers something you were already doing, or that's already well known, or something that you believe isn't allowable under the European Patent Convention, in which case you would file a so-called opposition. The deadline for filing an opposition is within 9 months of the grant date, so don't delay. Unlike observations, an opposition makes you a party to the proceedings and, therefore, it's up to you and your attorney to bring evidence and argue your case. Of course, if someone else brings the opposition, you could support their case by filing your own observations, even anonymously, and not become involved directly. The patent owner will, of course, defend their newly granted patent, and then your case would be heard before the European Patent Office. In light of any new evidence and arguments, the EPO would consider whether or not the patent should have been granted. Oppositions occur for about 2% of all granted patents, so there is a small chance the patent would be knocked out, but equally, it may well stand up, either untouched or in an amended form. If you miss the 9-month window to present your killer evidence during the opposition period, your only other option would be to take legal action through a revocation case in the courts. This route can be significantly more expensive and require much more time and effort, which is why the opposition process exists to allow challenges early on, centrally and more cost-effectively. You could also consider challenging it at the Unified Patent Court, or UPC. They have jurisdiction over all unitary patents as well as many European patents. From the UPC, you would get a judgment which is binding on all of the participating states in the unitary patent system. A judgment from a national court, however, would only be enforceable in that country, so to get a European patent revoked in multiple territories would require multiple lawsuits. Remember too that decisions taken by the examination or opposition divisions of the EPO, or in national courts, or at the UPC, could also be appealed, so potentially that's another round of litigation. But still, we can all play our part in patent quality, and now you know the 3 main ways to challenge pending or granted European patents.